All right, y'all. Here we are, still July 31. We're out in the garage now. Got the foam out of the truck. And this is what was wrong with the mower. The steering shaft and the gear. The gear is baked, as you can see. Generally, this starts happening because the bushing that they put in the bottom of these, like I said in that other video, you go on YouTube and just punch in riding lawnmower won't steer, and you'll come up with a whole bunch of stuff. This is the culprit right here. It's got a, and this one's not in bad shape. It's got like a hex on one side, and it's flat on the other. The chassis, the sheet metal, actually has a hex cut in it that this sits down in. The steering shaft goes through here, and you've got a bolt and washer that capture everything on the end of the steering shaft down below. Then the gear, it interfaces with a half round steering gear there that actually operates the, you see that tie rod goes to it, it's back here. So that gear looks good. Obviously this one got messed up because this bushing, that somebody replaced this bushing underneath down below, and you'll see in these videos, is a Phillips head bolt. And if you look at this sucker, it's almost looks like it's chromed, man. It was rubbing on something at some point, right? That's a telltale sign that somebody's already been in here. And when I get out here, I brought the impact. I brought a little quarter-inch drive Allen holder that, thank God for this one, the Allen had stripped and broke. So I have an Allen that quarter-inch Allen that just slips in and out of there. But of course, I was using these a number 3 that fits that big Phillips, goes in here. I was going to impact that thing off, but you can't. This is too long, and you can't get the impact up in there in line unless, of course, you're going to drop the mower deck altogether. What I did is I just dropped it all the way down. Put this bit in the vice grips. Put that piece of wood, wedged the wood through the steering wheel, so when it turns so far, trying to take the screw out the bottom, that it would, yeah, it's a redneck way of doing things, but it is what it is. I don't have a toolbox out here yet. And we got the steering shaft out, and like I said, obviously, once this bushing starts wearing and the steering shaft is doing this, it moves. If you don't fix it, you'll start tearing up the teeth on this thing. It'll start jumping teeth. First, the steering wheel will be a little out of line. It'll be, it won't be lined up with the wheels in a straight line. And then it just gradually gets worse and worse and worse. We got the lawn tractor for free. It starts and runs. I put the battery charger on it, and the battery was already in good shape. So it started right up, runs, idles, everything's good. After the steering shaft is on order, I actually ordered one of these sight unseen. So we'll put the new one in and keep this one as a spare because they do wear out and cause this trouble. $54 for the steering shaft. My brother Kenny says, you couldn't have used a go-kart shaft, man? The problem is they got that thing isn't pressed on there. It's machined into it or something, I think. So yeah, we probably could have rigged something up, but for free, total, both parts, with right now shipping to be here in a couple of 2-3 days, I think it was like $85. So still under $100 for a riding mower. We'll drain the oil out of it, tip it up on its side, sharpen the blades, put a fresh oil in it, and we'll start cutting the grass at the end of this week when we can. So that's taken care of. As you see, we tore all the plastic down, and look at everything that was up there, all the resources that were up there, right, that we never would have had access to. So that's nice. New gutter there, a bunch of downspout, a bunch of PVC. I don't know what we need it for, would use it for, but the wasps are mad at me because I've killed the nests are still up there, but I soaked every one of them with the wasp and hornet killer, so they're all dormant, dead. There's nowhere for them to go. So they're mad as hornets at me, but it's not personal. If they weren't stinging insects, I'd leave them alone. I'd just swat them away like flies. But just pulling up in the driveway when I got here, a hornet flew in the window, landed on the passenger seat. I beat the daylights out of that thing with my ball cap until it was dead, then flicked it out the door. you know, that whole, you know, we're all God's creatures, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm allergic, man. I get stung out here. I don't get to a hospital right away. I'll blow up like a balloon. When I blow up, eventually you can't breathe. And, you know, if I get stung 4 or 5 times, it could kill me if I don't have an EpiPen or something. So I'm not taking any chances, man. If it's kill or be killed, I'm killing it. You know, they're not humans. They're not pets and animals. They're insects, right? And as far as I know, they don't have a purpose other than to scare the daylights out of me. So we still haven't done the back room yet. I'm gonna get to that. I got all the stuff out here now that you saw in the other video yesterday or the day before. Got everything here now since the place is cleaned up. Got the snowblower runs. That's why we didn't put it out to the street. We blew all the cobwebs off it. I was supposed to bring an air bottle to pump those tires up. We've got one, a dual, what do they call it? 2-stage, just like this, but twice that size, man. It's, I think it's 30 some odd inches wide. It's huge. It's got a big old motor on it. That one's ours. That one's in storage. As we messed around with this one yesterday, got it running and was messing around with it. Probably got it off the choke too soon and it died. And then I'm trying to pull it and the handle, the pull cord broke. But it does have the where you plug a cord into it. And I thought, well, those things never work, right? Plugged it in, sure as anything. No, started right up. So we'll probably Facebook sell this thing. I mean, if we can get 20 bucks for it, we'll take it. Same with the heavy bag. That thing's in really good shape. I don't have any use for it, but it's got everything you need to hang it up to the rafter. Somebody who likes to beat up on things might like that. So again, we'll put it on the Facebook on the market page. We didn't pay anything for this stuff, so we'll ask peanuts and hopefully somebody will come and get it. But that's it. We're waiting for Chuck. Chuck's supposed to be here today. I sprayed a bunch of weed killer out here yesterday. I want to do all of it. I want my driveway, first of all. I'd like all this stuff gone. You can see it's too high here. But we're going to get after it a little bit at a time. Killing the weeds. We'll spray this stuff again. Make sure it's good and dead and gone. And we'll run a weed whacker over it or something. But eventually, I'm going to want either asphalt or concrete. I will not park my trailer on this stuff and have it rot. Sorry. That's the part of the city boy in the country that's never going to go away. I'm going to be the only guy out in the country with a concrete driveway, concrete parking pads, or asphalt, whatever. But I won't be parking stuff in the grass. It's not going to happen. So that's it for the 31st. How do you like that that township hall, man? You talk about old school. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we're waiting for Chuck to get here. I'm going to go out and backwash the filter and then run the rinse on the filter and then try one more time to see if the vacuuming works without blowing the dirty water back in. If it does, after doing that, blow the dirty water back in, then we know for sure it needs a new gasket, needs to be rebuilt. And we'll get started on that maybe today. At least take pictures of the switching deal and make sure we know what manufacturer it is, what brand, and what model or whatever. And we'll stop at a pool store. Done. That's it for today. Plugging away at it. It's going to be a while. We ain't going to probably be living out here, sleeping overnight, and Sherry going to work from out here for at least another 2 weeks. We've got a lot more stuff to get moved over here, and because we're paid up for the month of August at the other place, there's no big rush, right? So that's it. Pray for us. We're going to need it. Pray that I stay ahead of these wasps and hornets out here, and I don't get another tick in the leg. Godspeed, y'all. Hang in there. Anybody has any advice? Joe, I know Joe lives out on a spread. Anybody that lives out where there's ticks and fleas or whatever, bugs and stuff, any kind of home remedy to keep that off you other than buying the store-bought and spray with all the chemicals and poison in it, we'd appreciate it. Leave it down below. Hang in there, y'all. It'll get better. It's going to be RPM Palace right here.